Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy, the Handmade Homeschooler, and today I'm making another one of those videos that I didn't want to make because I'm getting a whole lot of questions, and I feel like the best way to answer everybody is just doing this. But I really didn't want to make this video either, so I'm gonna suck it up and just do it. Okay, so not too long ago, I had my recent videos of the curriculum haul that I did. And those are usually some of the biggest videos on my channel, and everybody loves them. They are, you know, the be all end all of curriculum week, right? Well, for the last several years, we have been using My Father's World as our spine. And basically, I haven't shown any My Father's World for this upcoming year, and I'm getting a lot of questions about My Father's World. So I'm going to answer why you're not seeing any My Father's World products for this year, and anything that you're probably wondering, I'm going to answer that. Before I get into the video, make sure that you hit the like and the subscribe button, and down below in the description box is the link to our free Facebook group. Make sure that you join that. You guys can ask any questions about curriculum or homeschooling stuff, motherhood stuff. It's all there. Okay, so this is not going to be what you guys think it's going to be. I know a lot of you have privately messaged me and sent me all kinds of DMs and things. This is not what everybody thinks it is, and that's why I wanted to kind of just make this video too, because I didn't want there thinking that there was any animosity between the brand and me or anything like that. So we have been using My Father's World since my youngest was in kindergarten. Was actually the first year that we homeschooled, I used My Father's World. I have such a nostalgic love for My Father's World, and exploring countries and cultures was by far my favorite homeschool year of any homeschool year we've ever done. I love that curriculum. I did it with both my oldest and my youngest, and it like my whole heart is in that curriculum right there. Okay, so for this year, this coming year, we are not doing My Father's World for two really big reasons. So the first one, price. I could not afford My Father's World for both of my kids, and My Father's World is one of those more expensive curriculums because it is a boxed curriculum. So with My Father's World, you're getting a whole lot of subjects, not just one. So history and Bible are the main spine, and then there's all kinds of other elements like science and art and music and all kinds of really just lovely Charlotte Mason inspired pieces. I love that curriculum. I do. I love the teacher book so very much. This was the first curriculum that I ever had, and the actual teacher's book in here is already filled out for me. I mean, it's fantastic. Absolutely love that about this curriculum. Could not ask for more with it. However, because you're getting so many of those elements, the price is much larger, and it was just something that with the way the economy is right now, which we're all feeling it, and with the way things are going, and with recent shakeups with what I'm doing with work, which I don't really want to get into that. That's really personal, but I have made a whole lot of changes, which makes changes to our budget. And with all of those changes going on, it was just something that we couldn't afford this year. And, you know, I think a lot of families deal with the same issue when it comes to box curriculum. You know, sometimes you just have to make a decision based on money and what's available for your family at the time. So that was really the first reason why we decided not to go with My Father's World this year. Even used, and I'm going to explain why we're not getting it used in the next reason why here. Even used, it was pretty pricey, and I typically like to buy things like this new because a lot of times there are so many elements to it that every time I seem to buy something like this used, I'm always missing a whole lot of pieces, and I have to go hunt them down, and by the time I hunt down all the missing pieces, I might as well have just paid for the whole thing brand new. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know if it's just me. Might just be me, I don't know. So let's jump into the second reason why we're not using My Father's World this year. And that was because I had a whole lot of curriculum that made up a lot of the different elements of my father's world, and I didn't need it. So the main pieces of my father's world are typically Bible, history, science, art, music, readers a lot of times, and then you can add in language arts and math. One of the main reasons we're not using my father's world this year is it just didn't make sense, because we would only be using one part of all of those elements that we would be getting. I ended up having a whole lot of things passed down from my oldest to my youngest this year, and so I didn't need it. And then with my oldest, I actually had a whole lot of brands reach out and give me things, or I ended up getting them used for a really good deal. And that just kind of made it almost silly for us to use my father's world when I already had a whole bunch of things that I didn't need to spend the money to buy my father's world. So you guys know I work with several brands of curriculum that we use, and a lot of times at the beginning of the year, they'll send us books and curriculum to show you guys throughout the year. And if we like it, we keep it and we use it. And everything that I got this year, I really ended up liking, and we're going to use it. So it did not make sense for us to spend $500 or $600 on my father's world when I already had those things, and it was going to save us money. You know, we were blessed enough to get those items from the companies that I work with, and it just kind of seemed silly to spend that money unnecessarily on things just so I could use my father's world. So with history and Bible, we decided to go with Generations, and I'm really excited because I've never used Generations before, and this is going to be a brand new journey for us in history and Bible. They are more reformed, so that's also a huge plus for us. So in the end, it just, for financial reasons, it did not make sense to even use it when I just would have been spending unnecessary money. So it's not that I don't like my father's world or that I don't ever plan on using it again or anything like that. I just already had stuff, and it just, you know, you want to do things that make sense, you know, like make it make sense. So this made the most sense for all of us, was just to use the things that we had and to use the things that were given to us and use the things that we got on sale and that we got through partnerships. It just made so much more sense to do that. And my kids really like everything so far, and I'm really excited about that. Like with the Generations curriculum, that's actually a 2-year curriculum. So I'm totally happy with that right now. You know, it fulfills his high school requirement and everything, so I don't have to worry. And with my youngest, you know, he's getting something that I think is a little bit more challenging. I want to say, especially in the younger years of my father's world, until they really get into high school, it is a little bit more gentle because it is more of a Charlotte Mason approach. And with my youngest, he's really advanced, and he's one of those children who, unless you challenge them, they get bored. That is my child to a T. If he's not challenged and if he's bored, he'll do it, but he won't be happy about it. So for him, having something that is a little bit more challenging is always better. I would rather it be too hard than too easy, because if it's too easy, he's not gonna like it. So for me, I think that Generations might be a better fit. I don't know, I haven't used them yet, so we're gonna see how it goes. But I am very happy to use it. And we were so blessed by these companies, you know, that I work with. I work with several companies, and, you know, that really, really helped us out financially this year. I think while we're in transition with some of my work things, and you know, I was over the moon to get some of the things that I did. So I was, you know, we've been very happy with what we've been given. And, you know, we don't work with Generations. I don't partner with them at all. Generations is a brand new company to me. And I honestly am really happy to start this new one. So I think it's going to be really good. And if it's not, we can always go back to my father's world. You know, if it doesn't work out, I can just pick up where I left off, and, you know, we can try something else, you know, or I can buy different pieces of my father's world to use. But for right now, it just made the most sense to use something else financially and because of what we already had. So it's not anything controversial. I think people tend to think that like when I change curriculum that it's like this big controversy. It's really not. I promise. 9 times out of 10, if I change curriculum, it is only because it's the best decision for my kids. And that's the main thing that I look at. Hopefully that clears the air for everybody and answers a lot of questions. I do love My Father's World. I'm going to miss not having them this year. And it's almost like a little bit of a security blanket is taken from me, not having them, I think. So I don't want to say I'm nervous not using them, but I'm going to miss them this year. So I don't know. We'll see what happens next year. We'll see how we like Generations. I have a very good feeling about Generations. I think it's going to be great. I'm not nervous at all about using them. I think everything I have looked at so far looks completely solid, and I do plan on having some Generation reviews on my channel soon. I would like to do a more in-depth flip through. I've had a lot of you message me and send me comments and things on YouTube. You guys have been begging me for Generations flip throughs and things like that. I do plan on getting that on my channel soon, so stay tuned for that. As soon as I have them up, you guys will see them. Make sure that you hit the little bell icon on my channel. It should be down below in this little area right here. When you hit that little icon, it will actually send you a notification every time that I upload a video, so you guys will know as soon as they're up. So that's all I have for this video. Kind of short and sweet. Just wanted to get an explanation out there so there weren't any controversial thoughts going on out there like there have been for the last week. So I did want to just clear the air there. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Happy homeschooling.